Good.
We are live now.
Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the joint meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters and Bhaisepati. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and live streamed, and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules for the audience. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices, especially those pesky WhatsApp tabs, are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, politics in your speeches. And as far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. For role players, namely the Toastmaster of the Day, Table Topics Master, and General Evaluator, please ensure a smart audio and video check before handing over to the respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself right now as role player dash your name dash your club name. If you are a member of Turning Point Toastmasters, you may omit the club name. Or actually, better to keep it on since we are on a combined meeting. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use screen sharing to indicate time using one of three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it's a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds or else you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage all the role players and the speakers. And we sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or to the speaker on stage. Where, as far as possible, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Now, reiterating this, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute, and polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now that this meeting is open, I would like to call upon a person who has a lot, given the theme of today. This person has some things that they love about themselves and some things that they're still working on loving about themselves. Our presiding officer loves that they have the ability to find a ray of positivity in any of the darkest situations and has a growth mindset and constantly looks to keep improving themselves. And he also keeps signing up for crazy things and new experiences and always up for travel and exploring new cultures. Our presiding officer and our club president is still working on owning up to his past mistakes and being okay with taking a few frequent breaks and not burning himself out, being imperfect and learning to enjoy it. Now, calling upon to the spotlight, he's already spotlighted, is our club president, Toastmaster Utkarsh Sharma. Before we have you, can we just have a quick audio video check?
Hi, Toastmaster Srishti. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Over to you.
Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srishti, for such a benevolent introduction and for beautifully kickstarting the meeting, informing us with all the rules so immaculately, and of course, setting the right tone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today is indeed a momentous occasion and a very, very special meeting. I am so thrilled to welcome you all to this special joint meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters and Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club all the way from Nepal. This collaboration is something that we're planning for such a long time, and I am super stoked that it has finally culminated. There's something so beautiful about collaboration. As someone who has been working in academia and research, I've often witnessed that anytime I collaborate with, say, a different organization or a center or a different discipline, it has always led to such promising outcomes. And I'm sure that after today's joint meeting, we'll all be richer and have something as a takeaway from each other. We have a cracker of a meeting lined up and an equally enriching theme. All of it and more, but for now, let me acknowledge the wonderful guests and dignitaries who are joining the meeting today. I would firstly like to acknowledge the Area C3 Director, Toastmaster Sushil Vista, who has joined us. Hi, Toastmaster Sushil. May I ask you to please unmute yourself? I'm so
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to our to this joint meeting. How are you doing, Toastmaster Sushil?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm really happy that this meeting has been done. It's really nice to see cross-cultural aspect, and I'm sure we can get so many good things to take away from this meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sushil. We welcome you wholeheartedly, and we are so thrilled by your presence. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our guests as well. We have plenty of guests today. We have Dhaneshwar Karmakar. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. We have Ankita Singh with us. May I ask either of them to unmute? Ankita, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Hi, Ankita. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. May I ask you where you're joining us from?
I'm from Delhi, MCTC Clubhouse.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. May I ask you to please give a brief intro? Just for the...
Yes, as you know, my name is Ankita Singh. I'm from MP, Madhya Pradesh. I stay in here, Delhi. I'm working as a data analyst in IT company. And my hobbies are, I like to listen to music, meditation, and going out with my friends. That thing.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankita. We welcome you and hope you have a great time today. Thank you. We also have an external Toastmaster and a regular guest at Turning Point Toastmasters, Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Animesh with us. Hi, Animesh. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
All right. So good to see you, and I hope you will have a great time. I'm not going to ask you for an introduction.
I'm regular.
Time, but welcome nonetheless. But last one, we have Toastmaster Dhaneshwar with us. Can you hear us, Dhaneshwar? I guess there's some network issue. All right. Thank you, all the guests. I extend a warm welcome. I hope you will have a great time. I urge you to participate during the impromptu section. And of course, our very lovely Toastmaster Grishma, who is the president of Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club, will certainly ask for feedback towards the end of the meeting. For any further query, there will be a WhatsApp link being shared for the guest groups of both the clubs, along with the contact details of the vice president membership of the clubs. Rest assured, this is all you need. Thank you very much. Let's jump straight away towards our agenda. We have a theme which is so timely and relevant. In a society where self-criticism can generally overshadow self-compassion, our rock star Toastmaster of the day, through her theme of self-love, will inspire us to embrace our inherent worth, celebrate ourselves, and to help us navigate this path towards genuine self-love. Our Toastmaster of the day today is Toastmaster Bandana Sharma. To tell you a little bit about her, well, professionally, she is an urban and a regional planner, and a development practitioner with more than 18 years of experience in different aspects of city development. She joined Toastmasters around 2.5 years ago and only gone from strength to strength from there. She's currently serving as the secretary of the Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club, and she's also the program quality director of Area C3, Division C, District 41. Folks, please help me welcome our very lovely Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bandana Sharma, with a thunderous round of applause. Can we have her on spotlight, please? Toastmaster Bandana.
Thank you. Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for giving me this floor and for this beautiful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, leaders, and distinguished guests. I'm very delighted to be your Toastmasters of the evening today in this collaborative platform between Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club from Nepal and Turning Point Toastmasters Club from India. What an opportunity to be together. Today, together, let's flesh out this pretty empty and abstract idea of self-love. In this hustling and bustling, crazy and busy time of our lives, we juggle with many things. And we also try to establish good relationship with families, friends, and many more. But to what extent are we establishing good relationship with ourselves? Isn't that a big question mark? If you ask me, out of 10, my own rating is only between 3 to 4. And that is less than 40%. And come on, it's not even a pass mark. I think many of us are on the same page with some plus and minuses. And in this regards, one of the US-based research on mental health has found that 1 in 3 people globally struggle in self-acceptance and self-value. And this is where the significance of self-love comes into light. Before unwrapping more on this theme of self-love, let's come to our main agenda. Today's meeting is divided into 3 major segments. The first one is featured speech session, in which we have 2 speakers today, Toastmaster Bibek Timsinna from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club and distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Then we will enter to thrilling table topic session led by Toastmaster Asima from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. And this will be followed by evaluation session led by distinguished Toastmaster Anat Katiani from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Now, coming to self-love, it means that we accept ourselves fully, treat us with kindness, and give self-respect so that it helps to nurture our growth and well-being. By the way, it's not narcissism or arrogance, rather than it involves a healthy and realistic appreciation of oneself, acknowledging both strength and areas of growth. So, with this, let's move forward and invite our technical role players who are playing very crucial role in this meeting. I would like to briefly explain you. I would request you to briefly explain your roles for the meeting. And now let's start with our grammarian. Our grammarian for today's joint meeting is Toastmaster Pragyan from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club. She is a development professional working in United Nations in Nepal, and her way of self-loving is enjoying sundown with a cup of mint tea. Over to you, Toastmaster Pragyan.
Point of order, Pragyan, you are on mute.
Yes.
And Toastmaster of the evening, I think you can invite me, and I have introductions ready for collectively everyone. of my team. So why don't I just explain their roles in brief and keep the meeting crisp? What do you think?
Sure.
Thank you. Pragyan, carry on. Please share the word of the day as well.
Thank you. So I'll be listening into all the proper and improper usages of grammar today, and I'll be reporting at the end of the meeting. But specifically, I would like to introduce the word of the day to everybody. And today, the word of the day is rapturous. It's an adjective, so you can easily use it with your sentences. The meaning of the word is showing extreme pleasure and happiness or excitement. So 2 examples that I have on using the word of the day is the first example being Toastmaster Chandrika received a rapturous applause for her icebreaker speech. The second example is the club members received a rapturous welcome. And I will be posting this word of the day in the chat for reminding you all and encouraging you all to use it. And for each usage, we will get 2 thumbs up and a virtual one as well. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Pragyan. And I request you to definitely keep sharing this word. We will try to imbibe this in our vocabulary starting from today. And thank you so much, Toastmasters of the Evening, for beginning this meeting on a very high note. Folks, evaluation is the cornerstone of Toastmasters experience. And the purpose we come to this meeting week after week after week is because life is too short to learn from your own mistakes. So why don't we have a collaborative experience where we learn from each other's experiences, and evaluation as a teamwork really helps carry forward that motto. Now, in this experience together for 1.5 hours, we have a battery of role players, including the grammarian, and more so with our counter, timer, and speech evaluators who will provide their sumptuous feedback for all of us, not just for their target speakers and for the everyone who comes on stage. And they will be introduced in their own due time. For example, evaluators will be introduced when their time comes. For now, I would like to invite the R counter and want the tech master to spotlight her. Today's R counter is Toastmaster Chandrika. She is someone who identifies herself as an optimistic, fun loving, and positive person. And she recently joined Bhaisepati Toastmasters. She's by profession an HR head at United Academic Group, as well as a part time faculty at Tribhuvan University for MBA courses. Chandrika, briefly, succinctly, please let us know what you will evaluate us upon today.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ananta. My responsibility is to listen carefully to all the speakers and note down the filler sounds and filler words like so, like, but. And I will present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrika, for keeping it brief. Finally, the T in the tag team, that is the timer. Our timer today is someone from my own hometown, Jaipur. And she has joined our club very recently, but has been climbing up the ranks really fast and really high. Aprajita Darbari is a teacher, an educator by profession. And Aprajita, why don't you educate us on the timing guidelines today?
Hello, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests. So basically my role is to keep time for all the speakers and to ensure that everyone speaks within the allotted time slot. This will also help in ensuring that the meeting runs on time. To help me do so, would you like, General Evaluator, would you like me to share the screen for the timer?
Yes. I will explain the guidelines and you share the screen. We'll do the combined job together.
Okay.
Right? So anyone who is joining this Toastmasters experience for the very first time, especially for them, just like traffic signals, we show a visual signal of green, yellow, and red. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow means that you should start winding it up. And red means you have exhausted your allotted time for respective speaking opportunity. 30 seconds more beyond this, and you will be disqualified further. For prepared speech section, timing is usually 5 to 7 minutes for a speech project, unless specified otherwise. 5, 6, and 7, you will see a green, yellow, and red respectively. Similarly, for table topics, 1 to 2 minutes is the ask, the challenge to speak upon. Rule of thumb, just see the green signal minimum that is shown at 1 minute, 1.5, a yellow signal is shown, and 2 minutes, it's red. 30 more seconds, and you have to wrap it up within that. For evaluators, timing is 2 to 3 minutes, so 2, 2.5, and 3, green, yellow, red, respectively. I will call upon my tag team and other role players in the evaluation session as the final session of the day. And for now, I leave you in the good, capable hands of our effervescent Toastmaster of the evening. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for this facilitation. Now, without further ado, let's move on to featured speech session. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Vivek Timsina from Bhaisepati Toastmaster Club. He is a curious Toastmaster who loves to watch movies, and his way of self-love is watching favorite movies. Let me now also invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Srishti from Turning Point Toastmasters Club, to introduce Toastmaster Vivek's pathway, project, and objective.
Please give me one moment. I'm so sorry, my laptop has hanged and I'm not able to open the...
Completely all right. Completely all right. I will fill in for you then. And the objective for Toastmaster Vivek is, it is actually his, let me open it right here. It is his, all right, our first speaker, Vivek Timsina, is attempting his first speech from level 2 of leadership development. The objective is managing time. So Vivek, you will be evaluated upon that. Hope, Srishti, you will locate the evaluation sheet. I will share it with you. And timer, please note 5 to 7 minutes is the allotted time. Over to you, Vandana.
Toastmaster Vivek, let me do your audio visual check. How are you, Vivek?
I'm fine. Am I audible?
Yes. Okay, now we have Toastmaster Vivek Timsina. Just 5 minutes more. Just 5 minutes more, Vivek Timsina. Over to you.
Thank you. Hello. I've been waiting in this cafe for the past half an hour. You're always late. Today also you are late. Just tell me, how long will it take for you to be here? Just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Promise I'll be there. Vivek, you told me that you will send me the report yesterday. You didn't send it to me. I'm still waiting for the report. When will you hand it over to me? Just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes and I'll let you. Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today I'll be delivering my level 2 project 1 speech about managing time within just 5 more minutes. Now this phrase, 5 more minutes, I'm sure all of us have used it in varying contexts to varying degrees. I think of it as the graduated version of just 2 more minutes. But the sad thing is, it's never just 5 more minutes. If it's anything, it's always more than 5 minutes. It's never less than 5 minutes. No one has ever completed a task saying just 5 more minutes and they've completed it in 3 or 4 minutes. No. It's always more than 5 minutes. It could mean anything from half an hour to even a day. But then that's not the thing with everyone, right? Think of your friends, think of your mentors, think of the sum of the people that you have come across in your personal and professional life, who just were so efficient and effective at managing time. maybe they had access to some secret portal or dimension, or maybe they just had some extra time that we didn't get. I wanted to be true, but we all know that's not the case. They were just very, 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 very effective in managing time. Now, for the past few months, I've been like very, very bad at managing time. Just to give you a context, I've been working full time and I've been studying my MBA. My classes start at 6:30. Yes, 6:30 in the morning till 8:30. Then my office starts from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Add to that, I live away from my home, so I have to go and cook and clean the room at least once a month or something like that. So all of it, this is very hectic, and it's been very, 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 very difficult for me to manage time. It seems like I was always on the verge of some deadline. There was some work pending, something was remaining. I was rushing from one deadline to another like I was Usain Bolt. I mean, even Usain Bolt could not have kept up with the speed. But things had to change. I realized that it was affecting my personal life. First of all, there was no time for the ladies. I'm just joking. There is no lady. Forget about ladies. Forget plural. There's no singular also. Secondly, I live just a couple of hours away from my relatives, but I was not able to visit them even once in past 5 or 6 months since I've joined college. So all of this had to change. Add to that, in the past week, I had this crazy avalanche of deadlines. Let me just list out them, right? So in my office, I have to complete the tasks of procurement and complete the paperwork for 15 different vendors. For college, I have to submit 2 reports, each of 800 words. Add to that, there was presentation. Add to that, I was attending a creative writing workshop. I had to submit an article of 1,000 words by the end of this week. Add to that, there's this speech as well. I was sitting in a chair and the chair just sank down on the earth because the deadlines were so heavy and it was just too much for me. Things had to change. So what to do? I sat down, I opened Instagram for a few minutes just to get away from all of this. Then I realized, oh no, I'm not going to complete anything if my screen time is 9 hours or 10 hours. There's no way. So then I decided to list down the tasks and then break it down into smaller chunks. Let's say if I have to complete, let's take the office work first, right? Because that pays the rent and everything. So if we take the office work, then if I have to complete the procurement, then maybe I have to complete the sort of documentation process and all those things before that. So I divided it into chunks, smaller chunks. Then I assigned a time for each of those tasks. Then using the Eisenhower matrix, I saw and I categorized the tasks to see if I can delegate some of those tasks, if some of those are urgent, if I could push out those tasks. And turns out you can delegate some of those tasks, and if you dedicate a certain time for it, then you can see how much of the tasks you can complete within a day. You can divide it into chunks within a day. It seemed achievable. I could complete it within my office hours. Then I looked at the assignments. I took some of help from my friends. It was group assignments. I took their help. We divided the time. Then it seemed achievable. Then there was my writing workshop at this stage. Now this will take some time because it's a personal thing. I have to complete it, and we all take time completing the personal ones. But then, if the article was 1,000 words, if the space is like 5 to 7 minutes long, then I can write 200 to 300 words a day. Then all of these things seem achievable. Now, what I learned is the big tasks or the mountain seems very, very difficult, but you can divide it into steps, break it down step by step. Then all of these things seem achievable. I'll be lying if I say I'm no longer rushing on deadlines, but at least I'm not a Usain Bolt. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Let's observe 1 minute of silence, during which audience please provide 1 to 2 liner feedback to speaker in his personal chat. Timer, let us know when 1 minute is over. Okay. Moving on, today's second feature speech is by distinguished Toastmaster Rupindra Singh from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. He is a member of Turning Point Toastmasters Club since 2015 and international speech semi-finalist. Food, sleep, and reading are the key elements of his self-love. Let me now invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Jay Nishant from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club, to introduce Toastmaster Rupindra's pathway project and objective. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, and it's a pleasure as well as a privilege to be evaluating Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, distinguished Toastmaster. His pathways is motivational strategies. His objective today is evaluation and feedback. He is on the 4th project of level 1, and he'll be speaking for 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Rupindra, let me do your audio visual check. How are you?
I am okay. Am I audible? Am I visible? Am I
Yes.
incredible?
Yes. Dear audience, Toastmaster Rupindra would like you to be ready to answer his questions by raising hands. So I would request you to be ready. And now we have Toastmaster Rupindra Singh. Surprise, surprise, Toastmaster Rupindra Singh. Over to you.
I'm going to start with an activity. I'm entering something in the chat box. I do not want you to answer the question. I just want you to think of the answer. So, you are Lord or Lady, followed by the name of your pet, followed by your last name, of wherever you were born, since when you were born, the year. For example, in my case, it would be Lord Simba Singh of New Delhi since 1972. I know some of you might be thinking that I was born in 2002. That's not the case. Sorry to disappoint you. I'll give you 5 seconds to think of an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm not going to ask you what was your answer. I'm just going to ask you how many of you actually answered the question. Show of hands. Okay, and how many of you would have answered that question if this was asked on Facebook? Show of hands. Congratulations and a surprise. I know your gender now. I know the name of your pet. I know the city in which you were born. And I know your year of birth. Where have you heard these questions before? When you enter your confidential data. And surprise, this is how your accounts get hacked. Looks like an innocuous question, looks like a fun game. We are all in it for the fun, right? But what you don't realize is that there is this evil lurking behind this so-called fun. Every time you go on social media and you indulge in such games, you are giving away a vital piece of your information. And not just here. Honest answer, how many of you have responded to those OMG queries? Your month of birth defines the kind of animal you are. How many of you have gone and said, oh, I am glad I am a rat. Now I know that your month of birth is September. I already got your year. 2 weeks down the line, I will post another. I'll say, the day on which you were born is the precious metal that you are. I always knew I was a diamond. Thank you. Now I have your complete date of birth. It's a long con. All I have to do is figure out the name of the bank that you bank at. Call up the helpline, and then I say, I am Srishti Mehrotra. I've lost my password. Can you help me recover it? The first thing they're going to ask me, I will have to confirm it is really you. Can you tell me your date of birth? Of course, here it is. And somewhere in there, there is a mother's maiden name thrown in. Do you realize how vulnerable you are right now? How much of your information is out there? And are you surprised that every second or third day, you get a message that says that somebody is impersonating me on Facebook. Oh, this and this account got hacked. Please do not accept any money requests. Are you surprised? Well, I unraveled that surprise for you. It's not difficult to get hacked these days. I'm saying this as a person who started programming. His first operating system was Unix. His first programming language was C. And among the first programs that I wrote was how to hack into a network. And believe me, hacking through code is infinitely more difficult than this social engineering. No one can actually know your password unless and until you tell them the password. And this is one way of getting your private information. So what do you do? You see, the answer lies in one of the core skills we learn when growing up, networking. What is the basic rule of networking? You don't ask for personal information. For example, it is considered impolite to ask women their age and men how much they are earning. But there is a sense of discomfort the moment you listen to this question. Do you not get that sense of discomfort as to why am I being asked this question? Yes or no? Everybody gets that. Only difference is that now you are being asked these questions on the web. And I want you to be aware. Before I close, a third way of hacking that is very prevalent in Canada these days. A lot of us have this habit when our phone rings, we pick it up. I used to have this. I used to go, Rupinder. Guess what? They got my name now and my voice print. And that's all they need to hack my bank account. Surprised? Well, I would say be cautious. Be safe. Protect yourself. Hopefully, in the next time, it will not be a surprise. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Let's observe 1 minute silence. Audience, please provide 1 to 2 liner feedback to the speaker in his personal chat, and timer, let us know when 1 minute is over. Thank you. Timer, may I request you to let us know whether both speakers are eligible for voting or not?
Yes, ma'am. Both are eligible for voting. It's just that Rupinder has been precariously close to the time maximum time limit, which is 7 minutes 26 seconds. So both are qualified.
Thank you. Presiding officer, may I request you to launch the poll for voting? All right, before moving to next segment, I would like to reconnect you with the theme, self-love. Struggling with self-love is a common human experience, actually. For instance, I think that reading is the way of my self-loving, but I'm so irregular on this due to busy schedule, this and that. I have so many reasons. Likewise, some people struggle to regularize their exercise, some struggle to take a break, and we are having lots and lots of battles each and every day. But research says with patience and persistence, we can improve ourselves. We can unwrap about this topic later, but for now, let's move on to next rapturous session, table topic session. Let me invite Toastmaster Asima from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Asima is passionate about transforming lives through learning and development, and she has this experience for 6 years. She is an adventure seeker and loves traveling. For her, self-loving is treating herself with kindness and understanding, especially during the difficult times, and speaking to close friends with encouragement and empathy. Over to you, Toastmaster Asima. The virtual floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Banna, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guest. Today, as your table topic master, I am thrilled to take you through one of the most exhilarating segments of our meeting, that is table topics. So it is a chance for us to explore through the impromptu speaking how we view, treat, and appreciate ourselves in our journey towards personal growth and happiness. So after hearing so much about self-love, let's dive into our table topics. So are you ready to start? Okay, so let's get started. Who would like to go first? Okay. Okay, I can see. Okay. Okay, so I can see
Siddharth
hands.
has raised his hand.
Yeah, okay, so Siddharth. Okay. Siddharth. Okay, so can we spotlight Siddharth? Okay.
He's
Can we
spotlighted.
can we have a quick audio video check?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and
I'm
you are
so sorry. I got disconnected for a short while earlier, so I changed my name according to the naming convention. I just realized that it's reset back to the default. I am sorry for that.
no problem. That's
I
okay.
will change that shortly.
Okay. So Siddharth, so the topic for you is Siddharth, a letter to my future self. A letter to my future self, Siddharth.
Dude, I hope you're happy. Now, this might sound condescending, almost like, I hope you're happy now. But that's not what I mean. Happiness is something that it's so easily used, but it's so hard to define. The pursuit of happiness in one's life can be categorized in so many ways. Financial success, advancements in one's career, academic success, success in one's relationships, and so on and so forth. Oh, you've got a big house now. I hope you're happy. You got your dream bike. Great, man. But is that truly happiness? If I were to address myself in the future, my core concern today would be that I am happy. But measuring from today's yardstick, how would I measure my own happiness? Well, maybe I would categorize my happiness as being able to spend the amount of time I want to spend with my loved ones. If I'm able to give the time of day to my family as much as they need it. Because today, if my mom wants to spend a couple of extra minutes with me, sorry, mom, I'm late for work. I have to head out. If my dad wants to have a chat with me, Dad, I'm sorry, I have this meeting to get to. Can we talk later? So I would equate my future happiness with being able to spend some time with my family, with those people that really matter to me. And I would tell myself, dude, I really hope you're happy. And I really hope you're allocating your time, your resources, and yourself to things, to people, and to experiences that truly matter and that truly make you happy. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much for sharing such a personal piece of your journey. And it's a powerful reminder of how self-reflection and self-love can transform our life. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so who would like to go next? Okay, so we have, okay. So can we?
Toastmaster Srishti, would you like to go
Toastmasters
next?
Srishti. Okay. Toastmasters Srishti. Can we please spotlight Toastmasters Srishti?
I would welcome if we prefer the guests first who don't get a chance to speak otherwise, and request everyone to have a raise of hands so that it's easier for Techmaster to spotlight.
Okay. Okay, so Toastmaster.
You can pick anyone. Ashima,
Okay.
just go with anyone.
Okay.
Shivam Malhotra says hi.
Shivam Malhotra, yes. Okay, Shivam Malhotra. Can we spotlight Shivam Malhotra first? And after that, we go to Toastmasters Srishti. Okay. Toastmaster Shivam Malhotra. Okay. Okay. Seems you are driving, so great.
Hi, all of you.
Hi. Okay,
So actually,
okay. Are you comfortable in speaking?
so actually, So hi to all of you then. Yes, I am comfortable.
Okay.
So actually, my main concern is to come over here to develop my communication skills. So actually, I was just going on the Google, and then I find out about the about the this one. So that's why I'm here. And I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm just driving back towards my home.
Shivam,
I'm
completely all
sorry to
right,
all of you.
Shivam. Shivam, completely all right. Your voice is breaking. Right now, the task is to speak for a minimum 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic. Would you like to participate with video off so that your voice becomes more fluent? Possible? Meanwhile, Ashima, please move on. If Shivam joins back, we will have him on
Okay.
the spotlight.
Okay. Can we spotlight Toastmaster Shrishti? Okay. Can we have a quick audio video check?
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Toastmaster Srishti. Toughest moment. Toughest moment, Toastmaster Srishti. Over to you.
I walked out of the meeting. Shoulders drooped, my face reflecting the disappointment that I had felt. It was the last day of my internship. And I was walking away from the last meeting with my manager. Of course, like every other student in my class, I had hoped that I would get a PPO, a pre-placement offer. Something that would convert my temporary internship into full-time employment, and I wouldn't have to go through the hustle bustle competitiveness of the dreary weekend known as placement season. In my college, the placements typically lasted 4 days, and hundreds of students applied for the same few jobs. I knew that in my class I was not the brightest student. This was my only opportunity. I had asked for a salary of 14 lakh rupees, and my manager said, that's a bit too much for your skill set. So I was disappointed. I would have to go prepare a portfolio, prepare a CV, and go through that entire experience of putting yourself up as if I am some fruit in a marketplace, only to be picked or not picked by some people with just a few more years of experience than I did. That was the toughest moment. But just like tough times don't last, this one didn't either. I went into the placement season thinking, having self-rejected myself, I showed up for an interview of a large organization called Airtel. Even I didn't think, what would Airtel see in a person like me who hardly had any experience, had no idea what the business was about. But something changed. Something was in my favor that day, and I ended up with a job offer that was much higher than the ask that I had made at my internship. So, yes, that may have been my toughest moment, but it was shortly followed by my best moment. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashima.
Thank you so much, Shrishti, for sharing that with us. So it's actually a reminder of how our challenges shapes us. So yeah, I hope everybody has gone through the same thing. Yeah, but thanks for sharing. Okay, so now I can see the hand raising from BTMC Toastmaster Shubhi Joshi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Okay. Can
Yes.
we have a quick?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Okay. So, Shubhi, daily habit that makes you happy. Daily habit that makes you happy, Shubhi. Over to you.
Going to yoga, waking up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning is the good habit that makes me happy. It makes me realize that I'm loving myself. It's self-love. At times I feel that I'm not born to be perfect. I want to be real. That's why I keep few hours for myself, loving myself, taking care of myself, breathing, inhaling, exhaling, and realizing that how am I feeling within. And this moment is the precious moment for me. People would say an apple a day. Going for yoga is an apple a day for me because it's the time where I think of myself only, loving myself only. People say that when once we remember that we we should spare time to self love, we should remember who we are, then the game is changed. That's why if we separate some time for what we love to do, for me yoga is self loving myself, that keeps me happy. So over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubhi. It's wonderful to hear that how a simple habit brings joy to your life, and it shows that power of daily self-care in boosting happiness. Thank you. Okay, so I can see hand raising of guest Madhav.
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Okay, so Madhav, the best investment is in yourself. The best investment is in yourself, Madhav. Over to you.
It was the year 2020, and it was the peak of COVID, and I was there working from home, and I felt this wave of unsatisfactory um, urge to do something with my life. Maybe I was not feeling um, that I was doing something useful with my life. So I decided to enroll in a cloud computing course. It was a unknown territory for me because I am not from a technical background, but I pushed myself and I tried that, tried to do the course. In the end of the course, I felt that I had the potential to do more topics or do more courses like that and enhance my skills. Uh, Thus, realizing that investing in yourself is, at the end of the day, investing in yourself is good. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashima.
Thank you so much, Madhav, for sharing this. And I mean, I think, yes, that's the best investment you had done. And we all had done some investment in ourselves. So great. Thank you so much, Madhav. Now I can see hand raising from
Ashima, this will be the end of the table topic since we have to keep the meeting on track, and that's why I had messaged the last topic will be the last. Sorry, Animesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asima. Timer, please let us know if all the speakers are eligible for voting.
Madam Toastmaster, let's skip that part. We don't want audience to be influenced by timing guidelines for voting. So let it be unbiased, and later on we can check who was qualified or not.
Okay. Thank you. So regarding self-love, there are many ways to cultivate this, and it depends on individual's choice. But the most common that I researched are practicing mindfulness, practicing good self-care, like what Toastmaster Subi is doing, regular yoga, exercise, setting boundaries, forgiving yourself, recognizing and celebrating even small wins, as our Toastmaster Utkarsh said in the very beginning, and taking break. So let's try to cultivate these habits to create better versions of ourselves. With that, now let me invite our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Anatham, to lead the evaluation session. Actually, I want to introduce you. He is from Turning Point Toastmasters Club. He is a founder and lead trainer of Kathakari organization called Kathakari and current treasurer of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. He has taken various leadership roles in Toastmasters, such as district chief judge, president, division, and area director. His way of self-loving is watching a good thriller series. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Vandana. Great job so far, everyone. Contrary to the popular opinion, being a treasurer in Toastmaster doesn't make you a millionaire. However, it has its upside too. It makes you rich in experiences and feedback. And today, along with my team, I'm here to facilitate precisely that. For evaluation session, we'll go in this manner. I will invite the two speech evaluators first, then my tag team for their report, and then my feedback, the general observations, as well as the things specifically a role player can improve. And not just for that role player, but anyone who wishes to play that role in the future, it is for them. Uh, let's do the Let's break the leg with the first evaluator today. And the first evaluator is none other than the sergeant at arms of this meeting, as well as the club secretary for Turning Point Toastmasters. She is also the immediate past years, district ISC finalist, a force to reckon with, a design guru, Toastmaster Srishti Mehrotra. Let's have you on the stage for a quick audio video set.
Toastmaster Anand, she's on an important call. May I request you to please go to the evaluator too?
Understood. Just inform her with a personal message that we will have her feedback after the first evaluator. The other evaluator we had for the two speeches is also an accomplished veteran Toastmaster. The name is Jay Nishant. Let's have him spotlighted as well. He's founding member of not just one but two legendary clubs in Nepal, Everest Toastmaster and Bhaisepati Toastmasters. He loves Bollywood movies, Hindi songs, and cricket. Buddy, we have so much in common, other than Bollywood movies of the recent time, of course. He's also a Stanford University fellow and is been quite instrumental in propagating Toastmasters for its mission. Let's have a quick audio video check. Hi, how are you, Jay?
I'm doing good. Just one correction. It's not Bhaisepati, it's Bhaisepati.
Bhaisepati.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I stand
Looks
corrected.
like you guys are too impressed by our Pashupatinath.
I'm going to add this in my report as well, but for now, time for us to hear your report for our beloved Rupinder Singh ji. Over to you, Jay.
Thank you very much indeed. Frankly speaking, I'm not too fan of having these online meetings, especially when it comes to the meetings of the Toastmasters. I like the real, lively, physical meetings. But looking at the distance between these two beautiful clubs, I think this could have been the only option. But I think this option has served so very well to all of us, as I was privileged to be listening to the speech of Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, distinguished Toastmaster, as well as to be his evaluator. His pathway says that he is on a mission of motivational strategies. And didn't he motivate us? I think he totally motivated us in how to save ourselves from any kinds of hacking. When he started his speech and he asked that tricky question, I almost found that out of place and boring. But then when he explained the real reason of that question, I was sold to the idea. And then I must say, it was a great, great beginning. Thank you very much for that. Also, in terms of enlightening us, you had a lot of information, and all those information have been extremely useful in our practical daily life. You also told us what to do and what not to do, especially in today's world when your life is almost dependent on those passwords. It becomes very critical how to safeguard those passwords and how not to say those passwords for any or to any random conversation. So I'm thankful that you gave this speech and you informed us with this precious set of valuable do's and don'ts and extremely important and relevant information. Having said that, your speech had plenty of scope to be a bit dramatic and create some humor. I think you could have done wonderfully by having some interesting stories where, let's say, a particular kind of password was revealed and then somebody was tricked with a real life example. And also, I think you could have done a little better with your vocal variety. Though you were very clean with the diction, you had proper pronunciation, you flew very well, but I think a bit of vocal variety would have added spice to the very beautiful message that you have just given to us. Overall, I would like to say it was a great utility speech that not only has enlightened all of us, but also has given us a lot of ideas to be more careful in future. So thank you one more time for having that speech for all of us crafted. And I expect to hear from you more and more in future as and when it will be possible. Over to you, the evaluator, the general evaluator, sorry.
Thank you so much, Jay. That was indeed a very encouraging, positive, and I believe Rupinder will find it helpful as an evaluation as well. Time now for our first evaluator, Srishti, who is back in town. Srishti, let's have you on the virtual stage.
Good evening. Am I audible and visible?
You are, and stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Vivek, your objective today was to speak about time management, and you successfully met the objectives. So kudos to you for that. You also had a very great start, which I absolutely loved, where you did a little bit of role play. And you also incorporated a lot of humor in your speech. So that was very well appreciated. Some notable examples, like you talked about just 5 minutes being a graduated version of just 2 minutes, and talking about how you had different people who said who you believe to be from a different dimension or a secret dimension. So I think all of these small bits had a lot of humor and they engaged the audience. You also talked about why you prioritize the office because you had to pay rent. I think these are all very relatable and nice examples to have as part of this speech, because these are all things that we are thinking, but we don't often verbalize. So kudos to you on that. However, there are certain things where I would, or if I had to tell you where you can improve, there are a few things. The first would be camera angle. So, although you were placed in a way where we could see all of your body language, I think one way where you could have probably planned a little bit better is putting your camera in a way where we could make eye contact with you. So it seemed as if we were looking up at you and that you were a giant and we were a small ant in front of you, just watching your performance. So somewhere there is a little bit of relativity that could not be established. And I would encourage you to think of the camera also when you're preparing your speech. How would you place it? In terms of content, I think you established the objectives, but I would also like to give you a challenge, right? So there is this is about the structure in which you documented everything, in which you created your speech. You did talk about the problem and the solution, but one thing I would challenge you for is to use a specific, general, specific approach where you talk about your problem, you talk about the potential solution. So you had the Eisenhower matrix that you were using, and then probably also make it as a suggestion so that the audience can take it away in another specific example, that if I had to apply it in another place, so I encourage you to apply it, how would you do it? So that, and somewhere in the middle you talked about the details of your work. So there was a laundry list of all the work that you had together, and you could also try to look at it with a little bit of rhythmic sense. So instead of talking about it in sentences, if you've heard of this song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, there's Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixer, Donner and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen something. So maybe you could have it rhythmic so that people don't zone out. So that's for you. Thank you so much. And over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anant.
Thank you so much, Srishti, for that riveting evaluation. At this point, requesting Techmaster to launch the poll for Best Evaluator as well. Take 5 seconds to nominate your best choice. I will have a quick feedback about the 4 table topics, a one-liner each, and after that, I will invite grammarian, a counter, and timer in that order. So, respective role players, be ready. So we had 4, due to paucity of time, not 5. Sorry, Animesh again. We had 4 TT speeches, and first one was Siddharth, and he set the tone really nice. He was fluent. He had a personalized message, and it culminated in a very strong opinion as a takeaway message for all of us as well. Srishti, second speaker, what you displayed as a remarkable quality I want everyone to notice and imbibe is that she did not begin speaking straight away. She took time, well more than 5 seconds time. But when she spoke, when she began, it was with a certain gravity. She had a clarity of thought that showed, that reflected in her fluency as well. So great lesson for all of us. And you did not just end it with a negative sounding opinion on the topic, you turned it into a positive conclusion. So great job. So be perfect clarity of thought again. Yoga. Your speech was one single target driven speech. If only I had a minor truffle with that, you could have spoken more. You had 30 more seconds, I guess, and we were absolutely fascinated with your speaking. And fourth speaker, guest Madhav. Madhav, not more, no more a guest, perhaps, because you have been quite frequent with this platform. So great job on speaking for at least 1 minute. But the moment you saw a green card, adrenaline subsided, and you just apna ho gaya. I am done. So try to have maybe this as a challenge that you have to speak and string together a train of thought which leads to a meaningful message, because that's your next challenge I want to have for you. All right. Tag team, I hope you are ready. So with a rapturous round of applause, let's welcome our grammarian of the day. Grammarian, again, are you there?
Yes, thank you.
Over to you.
Yes. So thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Anant, for using the word of the day. I think you were the one and only. So thank you for that. I was worried it wouldn't be used by anyone. So that's the first and only usage. And in terms of the improper usage of words, there was very few. Some that I've noted is the very, 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 very effective. So instead of using very, 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 you could mention extremely effective. Add to that could have been adding to that. And then similar to very, very, you used smaller, smaller, smaller chunks. It could have simply been stated as tiny chunks. In terms of the list of good words and statements and sayings, there was an abundance of good phrases. So I'll pick a few. To start off with Toastmaster Srishti, you started off saying, be the audience you would like to have yourself. We think, but we don't verbalize. Laundry list, rhythmic sense, and presiding officer, Toastmaster Utkarsh. You mentioned thunderous round of applause. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant, you have given good phrases like sumptuous feedback, riveting evaluation, and speaker Toastmaster Bibek. The phrases that stood out was the chair sank down on the earth, and distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, and my audible, visible, and incredible. That was a good one. Evil lurking behind the so-called fun and social engineering. And Toastmaster Ashima, how we view, treat, and appreciate ourselves stood out. Toastmaster Siddharth, pursuit of happiness. And Toastmaster Shristi again, hustle bustle of competitiveness, felt like a fruit in the marketplace. And guest Madhav, a wave of unsatisfactory urge and unknown territory. Thank you. That sums up my grammarian report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Perfect job done by Toastmaster Pragyan. I will provide my points, both points of encouragement as well as points of improvement after the evaluation, after the polling for the tag team. Yes, we have a separate poll for tag team. So while you listen to the feedback, please mark your choices in your mind as well. Time now for us to hear from Chandrika, Toastmaster Chandrika. Let's hear your counter report, please. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. There are not much usage of filler words and sounds. However, distinguished Toastmaster Srishti, she used filler sounds and for 5 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Uskers, he has used filler sound for 4 times. Toastmaster Bandana, I could realize just 1 and 1 hesitation, and 1 repeat was there. Toastmaster Pragyan had just 2 Toastmaster Aparajita, she had 1 hesitation and 1 Toastmaster Anant, he has not used any filler word. However, he has used and for thrice. Toastmaster Bibek, 1 2 like and 1 repeat. Toastmaster Rupinder, I could just figure out 1 hesitation. There was no use of filler word and filler sounds. Toastmaster Ashima, you used for thrice and 1 so and 1 I mean. Toastmaster J, I could just hear 1 Toastmaster Siddharth, kudos to you. I could figure out the use of filler word and filler sounds as well as hesitation and repetition. Toastmaster Subi, I realized just 1 hesitation from your side, so there was no use of any filler words and sound. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Madhav, he used and for thrice. This much is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrika. That was a report, a personalized report for everyone. So great job for making everyone's time valuable over here. Time now for our new member at Turning Point Toastmasters, Aprajita, to present her timing report. Aprajita, let's have you on the stage. In case you want to share your screen, let's have a confirmation on that as well. Aprajita, are you there?
Hi. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
we can.
Generally,
over to you.
I would like to share my screen. And
please do.
So beside Shrishti, unfortunately, in table topic, everyone has qualified, and Rupender was very close to disqualification. And in speech evaluator, Shrishti took almost 3 minutes 30 seconds, but everyone else has been good with their speeches, and that's all from my report. And yeah, Siddharth Bhakta took 2 minutes 2 seconds. Shrishti Malhotra took 2 minutes 41 seconds. Subi Joshi took 1 minute 16 seconds. Guest Madhav Khandelwal took 1 minute 26 seconds. And an evaluator, speech evaluation, Shrishti took 3 minutes 29 seconds. Jay Nishan took 3 minutes 18 seconds. That's all from my report. Over to you, General.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aparajita. Since we are running short on time, requesting the tech master to first share the poll for tech team. Aparajita, you might want to unshare your screen. Thank you. Since we are running short of time, while you vote for your best auxiliary role player, that means timer, accountant, and intermediate among them, here are some of my general observations. I will vote as well, right? The general observations usually begin with the preparation of the meeting itself, not when the meeting begins, but when the preparation for the meeting begins. And I would say the team for both the clubs, they deserve a thorough round of applause for doing a scintillating job in preparing backend. For setting up the context, the reason being the two clubs hail from two different geographies, hey, two different countries altogether, and they have definitely a divergent in terms of best practices or how the usually flow goes. And two people deserve huge round of applause for maintaining their cool despite this being first an online meeting as well as a joint collaboration meeting. First one is Grishma and second one is Vandana for spearheading, for leading the charge for collaboration on their end. And so does Utkarsh for doing the same along with Neeraj, our VP Education, on Turning Point Spark. It is said that a battle is half won when you show up on time. So thank you so much for those 20 plus people who were there beforehand, before the meeting began itself. Sergeant at Arms, that's where I will have to be a little strict and say that on time is not enough anymore, especially for technological, loose cases. We have to be ready and be there a little bit beforehand. And when you are running dangerously close to the D-Day or the marginal line, it's much better to have communicated it in advance and have a backup ready so that last minute hassles can be avoided. But once you are there, you were bang on money, introductions, mission statements, everything pitch perfect. Great job. Toastmaster of the day, you were introduced nicely by our presiding officer who was also right there on the money. Good job, Utkarsh. Now, Toastmaster of the evening, really, really difficult task to have such an abstract theme fitted into a 1.5 hours meeting. We all run a risk of going overshooting the timing planning, but huge congratulations to you for keeping this entire meeting very tightly running. If we are overshooting slightly, now the fall completely is on me, not on you anymore. A few general observations, not just for our Toastmaster of the evening or a specific role player in particular. These general observations are that we have a huge scope of improvement on pronouncing the names. And it's not just Bhaisepati, it's also about Usain Bolt being called Usain Bolt or Ashima being called Asima. So imagine if you go for a collaborative meeting next with a club in Egypt or New Zealand or Morocco, you will have a tough time. My brothers and sisters, really tough time. So it's much better to cross check in background beforehand whenever possible, just like Utkarsh did once. He checked, am I pronouncing your name right or am I butchering it? And this requires a cultural sensitivity. We absorbed many good practices from each other, and it's understandable that we missed the flow in between here and there, and that is where we call it a point of order in a parliamentary procedure and course correct, and that's completely all right. Since this meeting being live telecasted on YouTube, you all can watch it later. Your clubmates can watch it later as well. This becomes a good case study in not letting it become awkward and taking with such grace that it's all right. We are here at a platform where we are bound to make mistakes so that we don't have to make these mistakes in the real world where it matters. It has financial or reputation related consequences. So it's completely all right. Make as many mistakes here as possible. One final advice from my side is never trust technology. Nepal people, especially since it's your not so frequent tryst with technology over here in this online meeting, I always have my analog notes with me. Be it for introductions, be it for the flow of the event, whether it's a physical meeting or an online one. I never, ever, ever trust technology. Trust me, the laptop will lock down, the battery will run out, the Wi-Fi will go away, and you suddenly have to turn to your mobile network. These help. Ask any professional trainer, they will say have flashcards or bullet pointed notes. And that is where I will end my today's evaluation as well. It was thrilling to be your general evaluator and learn so many good practices cross culturally, as well as be the facilitator to highlight some of the discrepancies where we certainly have scope of improvement. Let's keep improving. And on that note, handing over back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for this facilitation. Sorry. Thank you, General Evaluator, for this facilitation and your wonderful insights. There's always room to improve. So now we are almost towards the end of the session, and before handing over to our presiding officer, I would just like to highlight the benefits of practicing self-love. It will help to increase our self-esteem, and definitely it will lower our anxiety and stress. We know we have to face lots of stress these days, and it also helps to build resilience. And it will be instrumental to find the value and purpose of our life as well. Moreover, it will help us towards the positivity, and it helps to increase our happiness hormones. And ultimately, we will be achieving our goals and improving ourselves. Thus, practicing self-love is just like charging our phones. It makes us fully functional. With that said, I would like to invite our presiding officer, Toastmaster Grishma, who is a communication and development professional with over 18 years of experience in branding, social marketing, knowledge management, and communications. She is, in fact, a proud charter member and president of Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club. Over to you, presiding officer, for this award session and closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Bandana. What a rapturous collaborative meeting we just witnessed. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, and a huge round of applause, please, for Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Bandana, and all the role players, especially to our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Anant, and his team of evaluators who made tonight's joint meeting such a success. Let's unmute yourself and give all of us a big round of applause, please. A loud one. Thank you so much. Now you can mute yourself. Before proceeding, I would like to also acknowledge the presence of Division C Director, Toastmaster Rabinder Pradhan. Toastmaster Rabinder Pradhan, if you are there, we would like to hear
Thank you. Yes, I'm
you.
here. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. So just to continue, we have launched all the polls. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for launching all the polls. So while we have the results in my hand, in the meantime, let's talk to some of our guests today. Like mentioned by Toastmaster Utkarsh in the beginning, let's hear from one of the guests today about your experience of today's meeting, and if you have any feedback for us to improve in the future. Any guests? Maybe we would like to call upon guest Animesh, who did not get a chance to speak in table topics.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for this lovely meeting. I honestly have nothing to suggest. I mean, everything that Toastmaster Anand said, I mean, we could all work on that. So thank you very much. Anand, I'm taking your suggestions.
Thank you so much for that. Now we've almost at the end of the meeting, and I'm sure, like I am, you all are excited to know who the winners are. Okay, so as I call out the names of the winners, I would like to request Toastmaster Utkarsh to also display the certificates. For today, the first award is Best Prepared Speaker And in Bhaisepati, we call a better speaker, featured speaker, and that is no other than distinguished Toastmaster Rupender Singh. Let's give him a big round of applause, please. Thank you. So
I'd like
moving
to thank
on.
my mom, my dad, my dog, my cat, my carrot, my parrot, and this, that.
Thank you. I thank your dog as well. So moving ahead, so better table topic speaker or the best table topic speaker for today is Toastmasters Subi Joshi from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club. Many congratulations, Toastmasters Subi. Just a couple of words from you.
Thanking all my mentors who encourage me every time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subi. Moving on to the best evaluator of the day. The winner for today is Toastmaster Jay Nishan from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club. A big round of applause to him as well. Couple of words from you, Toastmaster Jay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Grishma. An evaluator is as good as the speaker. Since the speech was so brilliant, I just got some of the goodies rubbed on me out of that one. So thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, for making that beautiful speech. And I would have to share this award with my co-evaluator. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Moving on to the best auxiliary role player of the day. And she is our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Pragyan Joshi from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Pragyan, a couple of words from you, please.
It's been a rapturous meeting. Thank you.
Yes, a big thumbs up. So last but not the least, the last award is the main key role player of the day. And this goes to our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Anant. Last few words from you today.
I've spoken enough for today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your feedback. Okay, so let's give everyone, all the winners, a big round of applause one more time. Thank you so much. So a couple of club announcements before we end our evening today. In terms of Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club, we would not have any meeting this Saturday morning as we have our Division C contest this Saturday morning. So I would like to request all the members to register and be there to cheer our champions from our club, who is Toastmaster Siddharth, Toastmaster Prasanna, and myself. So be there to cheer us up, okay? Moving on to some announcement from Turning Point. The next meeting on March 7th will be a very exciting one with the theme Hostel Life, and it will be hosted by your own president, Toastmaster Utkarsh. So be there on 7th of March. Last but not the least, I would like to take a moment to thank two people without whom this meeting would not have taken place. Our VPs of both the clubs, Toastmaster Pragyan from Bhaisepati Toastmasters Club and Toastmaster Niju from Turning Toastmasters Club. For a big round of applause and a big thank you, a big sincere gratitude from all of us for your incredible coordination that made a vision of cross-country collaboration into a reality. Thank you so much for that. And we look forward for more collaborative meetings in the future. With that, I announce the meeting has been adjourned. So you can enjoy your evening with your loved ones, enjoy your dinner, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.